graph f of x equals radical x plus 2 over the domain negative 2 to 7. Okay, so what we need to understand is that this is the function. This is the part that goes into the calculator that we're graphing. Over the domain just means these are the only x values I want to include. So if we look at the x-axis, because we know domain just means x, we only want this graph to go from negative 2 till 2, 4, 6, 7. This is the only piece where we want to see the graph. Okay? So what this is going to mean for you practically is you're going to put the function into y equals, and you're only going to run the table from x is negative 2 until x is 7. So negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and the rest, as long as you understand what it's asking you to do, the calculator basically will do the rest of the question for you. So we go to y equals, and we clear out what we have. Okay, again, to get that radical, it's above the x squared button is a radical sign. So we need second x squared. Under the radical, we're writing x plus 2. And to end the radical, you hit the cursor to the right. Okay, so that was the first thing, to know that this is the only function. Okay, over the domain just means what values on the table do you want to be looking at. So second graph will get us to the table. Second graph will get us to the table. And all we want are values from negative 2. Negative 2 is 0, negative 1 is 1. We don't need to take down every value, like that's a decimal, but at 2 we hit 2. Again, we don't have to worry about every single decimal, but at 7 we hit 3, right? The decimal values will be too hard to graph perfectly, so we may as well stick to the whole numbers where we can do a better job. We literally just take these 4 points and plot them. Negative 2 and 0 is here. Negative 1 and 1 is here. 2 and 2 is this point. And 7 and 3 is right here. So literally all we did was we graphed the piece of this function just from negative 2 to 7. You see that interval in the domain that we prepared for ourselves before, negative 2 to 7 on the x-axis? That was literally all we wanted. If we look at the graph, we could tell this really continues on and on. We didn't want that. We only wanted to look at it from negative 2 till 7. Next to our graph, we always label it with the equation, just as it was given to us in the problem. Okay, so this is the function f of x, and this just means these are the only values I want you to include on your table.